Hi everyone, welcome to another Starbridge Mom video. Today's video is all about Mercury retrograde. What's a retrograde? So a retrograde occurs when a planet or an asteroid appears to be moving backwards through the zodiac. It's not actually moving backwards, but it looks that way. The normal motion is forward. So a retrograde motion changes the way the energy of the planet is expressed, astrologically speaking. Mercury retrogrades happen about 3 to 4 times a year, about 3 weeks at a time. But it has a 2-week shadow period before and after the actual retrograde happens. So Mercury stays in one or two signs during the time of the retrograde, and over the course of the year, during those 3 to 4 times that it does go retrograde, it'll also stay in one or two elements. So this means that there are themes or lessons that come with each Mercury retrograde. Whatever sign Mercury is in, retrograde or not, it shapes our intellectual processes, our ideas, our interests and pursuits, and also influences how we're communicating and expressing ourselves through the zodiac sign that it's in. Mercury is the closest planet to our sun, and it's the fastest moving planet in the solar system. It only takes about 88 days for it to go around the sun, and it's going around the sun, flying around it at about 112,000 miles per hour, so it's pretty quick. When it goes retrograde, it moves very, very slowly. It slows way down. This means that everything that Mercury is astrologically attributed to also slows way down. It's like a giant pause button on everything Mercury rules over. So it's like a giant pause button that gets activated. And when this happens, there's these cosmic and personal shifts that happen. There's a rhythm with Mercury and within the universe. So Mercury goes in and out of these retrogrades. It's natural. We can expect it and anticipate it. It teaches us to trust in the rhythm of the universe and in the rhythm of life. In ancient times, our ancestors believed that when Mercury was retrograde, it was taking time to unearth higher truths, expand consciousness, bring more awareness from the underworld, and uncover messages and insights. It was a time to reconnect with intuition. So let's discover what Mercury is attributed to in astrology. It's attributed to being the planet of communication and comprehension, so learning, thinking, thought process, how you organize information and process it, languages, how you speak and also how you learn language, writing, interacting with others, timing of things, short trips, transportation, daily routines, daily transportation, not really daily routine, but daily routines regarded to daily transportation, technology, power of observation, and reasoning. Mercury is also the natural ruler of the third house in astrology. So this is your house that is a setting for immediate environment, new ideas, interpersonal relationships, inner circle with your loved ones and trusted ones, how you interact with people day to day. Libraries, primary school, elementary school, basic skills, siblings, friends, short journeys, short trips, just things that are not long distance travel. So when Mercury is retrograde, it mixes up our lives in these areas. It's advised that during a Mercury retrograde, we don't sign contracts, we don't make big purchases, or make any type of big commitments. Like, don't make travel plans or get married during a Mercury retrograde. Even it's not recommended to cut or change your hair during Mercury retrograde. If you're making travel plans, adding in extra time to compensate if there is some sort of snafu with your travel plans. But here's the thing. Life doesn't stop when Mercury goes retrograde. We have to figure out how to work with it. So even though it's advised to not take on big life decisions, it's advised to back up all your data in case technology glitches out. We need to look at this time where we slow down and we discover the hidden pieces of information that we need in order to move forward. More insights are revealed to us in order to help us move forward in our life. So we need to allow that process to happen before moving, before signing our name on anything, or even getting a haircut for that matter. So what does Mercury retrograde look like in real life? I kind of just described a little bit, but let's go a little bit more into it. We're talking about Mercury retrograde and how that can show up in life. A lot of times we attribute things like losing information, misplacing things. Packages get delivered to the wrong address or they never show up. Cars break down, delays in transportation, flights get messed up, just miscommunication about travel plans. There can be accidents, whether it's a car accident or a bodily accident. I've broken my toe twice during a Mercury retrograde shadow period. So accidents in general, missed and forgotten appointments, setbacks, brain fog, or just feeling like there's some mental tricks going on and mind games happening. A lot of times, though, people really do have some brain fog that goes on. You just start not being able to find the right word for things. And then technology glitches and breakdowns, phones not working, text messages are lost, can't find the email that you thought you sent. There's a lot of buffering when streaming your favorite show. There could be problems with the internet or radio communication. There's a lot to be said about looking up an ex during Mercury retrograde or an ex-flame popping up back into your life. This could go for old friends too. Gossip and lies. This is usually something that happens during Mercury retrograde, but also can be exposed. So don't talk shit. Shouldn't be talking shit anyways, right? And then again, bad haircuts and dye jobs. So, as I said before, life doesn't stop. So you have to do your best to give yourself extra time for things, to really think things through as best as you can during this time. And if you do have something that's coming up that might be affected by this cosmic cycle, then just plan for that, anticipate it, use discernment, use care, use some extra TLC, and practice patience during this time. I can't repeat it enough though, back things up. So how can we shift our perspective during Mercury retrograde? This, like a whole attitude shift. So Mercury governs how we think and learn. We find resolutions, how we travel, how we use technology. During this time, it usually feels like chaos, but it's ultimately a time of rest. So we can't go all the time. We have to have some mental downtime. We need to be able to deal with things that we've been putting on the back burner, or slow down enough to recognize when there's a problem that needs to be addressed. So let's look at Mercury retrograde as a time to chill out, a universal chill pill, if you will. Instead of seeing Mercury retrograde as a time of chaos, mental clutter, brain fog, ignoring facts, things going wrong, dealing with glitches in technology, saying the wrong things, instead of seeing this period as a time of something bad, I propose that we see it as an opportunity. We can use this time to listen to what our intuition is telling us, to slow down and connect with our higher selves. We can take this time to be aware of the messages and insights that we need to discover in our lives in order to go forward on the highest timeline for ourselves. And Mercury retrograde, it teaches us that change is part of life, and those times of change are going to pass and settle as well. We don't have to let this cosmic cycle overwhelm us. We can lean in and choose to be present, aware, and patient. It's so easy to get upset, to blame, complain, whine, come up with excuses. And that's not taking the higher road. It's not consciously expanding your mind. It's not the path to your highest timeline to live like that, But it's very easy to be negative as a human being. It's very easy to get caught up in cycles of thoughts and ruminating and wanting to push off and project onto other things or other people. It's okay to feel your emotions. What I'm saying is, though, let them process through. And then connect to what your emotions are telling you. Emotions are messengers. There's something that there is there is something encoded in that emotion for you to discover. So can you look inside yourself with candor and shift what isn't good for you any longer? Can you heal through your emotions that are coming up? Low vibrational or negative feelings simply want to be loved and transmuted into the light. So take this time to slow down with Mercury and do some unearthing for yourself. You have control over your actions, over your emotions, always. You can use this period too to do routine maintenance. So routine maintenance on your car is really good, and your health, taking care of yourself. You can do it, use this time as a way to organize, go through your closets, tear apart your garage, clean up all those messy folders on your laptop. So I want you to think of words that begin with the letters RE, just like the RE in retrograde. That's how we look at this time, this period, this cosmic cycle, what to do with it. This is a time to review, revisit, re-examine, reboot, redo, rethink, reorganize, reflect, revise, and reassociate. So when you think about mercurial energy and its influence, I want you to think about these questions. You could even write these down if you like to journal. There's about 8 of them. I talk about, I think about, I obsess about, I'm curious about, I like learning about, I like people who are, I create systems for, I like reading about, I share ideas with. So these are all things that are part of our thinking and communicating and processing information styles, right? So if you can review those 8 questions and journal about them, you'll probably discover quite a bit about your own type of mercurial energy. You can also look at your natal chart, which is something that I can do for you. I would love to be able to work with you to do a natal report and help you understand more about how Mercury is part of your astrological blueprint and what that means for you. That's what I do. So with that said, check out starbridgemom.com. That's where you'll find all the information about natal reports and all kinds of astrology information, as well as other services and programs that I offer. Thanks so much for tuning in today, guys, and I hope you have a very beautiful and blessed day. Thank you for watching.